On day one, I spawned in as a baby elemental transformer. All around me were the Autobots, the defenders of the world.
Finally, our savior is here. You are going to change everything.
Your savior? Are you sure you have the right guy? Suddenly, dark matter tentacles began to sprout up all around us. It spread like wildfire, and everything it touched was destroyed instantly.
It's too late.
A rift opened up, and coming out from it was the all-powerful Megatron.
I finally have the dark matter all-spark. With it, this world will be destroyed, and not even your elemental hero will be able to stop me.
The Autobots charged in to try to defend, but with a single wave, they were crushed by dark matter.
No!
Megatron was about to strike me down, but Optimus jumped in and took the hit for me. The two of them began to fight each other, but it was obvious that Optimus was losing.
If you can't defeat me, Optimus, then no one can. Fozo, we must go, now! Hurry, transform!
Suddenly, a feeling took control of me. My body began to transform into something new. My legs turned into tires, and my body changed entirely. I was now a full-on elemental sports car. Whoa! On day 2, I was driving right behind Optimus Prime. I felt faster than ever, but it didn't matter because the dark matter was quickly catching up. It wasn't long before the two of us were surrounded.
Bozo, listen to me. I'm not going to make it. It is you that is our final hope. If Megatron succeeds, this entire world and everyone who lives in it will be destroyed.
I looked over, only to see the dark matter was quickly approaching.
I believe in you. Please, make me proud.
With his final breath, he blasted below my feet, causing me to fall into a dark pit below. No! Optimus! Yeah! How am I supposed to stop this? I barely made it out alive. I began to search around and noticed I fell in a parking garage deep below the surface. After enough searching, I spotted a strange fire gear resting on a pedestal. Whoa, what's this? I felt drawn to it and started to make my way over. But as I did, the vehicle's alarms all around me began to go off. What the? What's going on? In a matter of seconds, all of the motorcycles around me began to transform themselves, revealing they were evil Decepticons.
Looky here, it's the Elemental Transformer. Yeah, you stepped on our turf, and you're about to realize why that was a big mistake.
Oh no! On day 3, one of the Decepticons pushed in and blasted me back with a charged attack. Ah! I tried to fight back against them. However, I didn't stand a chance.
This is gonna be easier than I thought.
Just then, Bumblebee drove in and found me.
The gear must take!
I listened to my new friend and dodged another attack, grabbing it. As I did, my body began to upgrade. The gear forged into me. I gained 5 more hearts and now had powerful fire abilities built in. Whoa, let's see what this thing can do. On day 4, I pushed in towards the Decepticons, unleashing my newfound powers onto them. I blasted out spews of fire everywhere I could, and even launched out deadly magma balls that melted my enemies right away. This power, it's amazing! I launched another attack, sending one of the robots to fall back.
We gotta get out of here. I know. Call in the big guns.
Big guns?
I'm so excited. You found an elemental upgrade. With them, you can reach your ultimate form.
My ultimate form? I followed Bumblebee above ground, where we saw the city was being taken over. The sky had even turned purple.
With the dark matter allspark, Megatron's power has exceeded even Optimus's, and he was the best of us. But if you find all 6 elemental gears, you can become unstoppable and destroy it.
Me? Just then, we were interrupted as an explosion hit the two of us. Ah! A jet flew in, revealing himself to be Starscream.
The Decepticon takeover will prevail. Prepare to die.
We gotta go!
On day 5, Bumblebee and I were driving as fast as we could from Starscream.
Run, little Autobots! Run like the insects you are!
He began to rain down missiles, exploding everything around us. Ah!
Ah! He's right behind me, isn't he?
Not the time for jokes! As I said this, one of the missiles hit a tree, causing it to fall down in front of me. I swerved out of the way. However, the two of us were now separated.
You're not getting away!
I had no choice but to keep driving until arriving at a snow-covered cliff. No! Starscream wasted no time and blasted me right off the edge. Ah!
So long, chosen one.
I was about to fall to my death, but in my panic, I sent out a burst of wind, slowing my fall. What other abilities do I have? I looked around at my new surroundings and saw that I had fallen into a hidden ice valley. I gotta find a way out of here. I began to walk around the area to find a way out, but no matter where I looked, I was completely lost. What is up with this place? Suddenly, I was hit from behind by a loud sound wave. Ah!
Move, move, move!
Within an instant, I was completely surrounded by the military. And because of their hit, my head started
To short circuit.
On day 6, I was jolted awake by a painful electric shock. Ah!
Why are you here?
What? Dude, I just got trapped here. I didn't. But they shocked me again, nearly making me pass out.
I'm talking about Earth. Why are you here? Do you and your people just go around destroying cities for fun?
They were about to take me down for good, but I sent out my fire, blasting right at the cage. Enough! I charged out of the room, only to find myself in the middle of their tundra outpost.
Well, well, well. Looks like we got a fighter. Time to test out the new tech, man.
I looked around to see multiple tanks rolling out into the open. Yes, I gotta find my way out of this. I shot out at the nearest tank with everything I had, destroying it easily. Ha ha!
Whoa! Hit it with the scrambler.
On my way to blast the next one, I was hit again by a strange sound wave. This allowed the tank to fire off a shot, sending me back. Okay, I don't stand a chance against these guys.
Blast that talking junkyard to pieces.
The tank fired again, but thankfully I dodged out of the way, causing it to create an exit. Now it's my chance. On day 7, I quickly escaped out of the outpost and ran as far away as I could into the tundra. Okay, I think I lost them, but I still have no idea how to get out of here. I kept searching around until I came across a clearing where I saw a strange item in a crater. What the? Wait, is that Optimus Prime's head? I can't believe he's really gone. Just then, I got hit with the disorienting feeling again and saw a large radio tower sending its signal out over the area. That must be what the military is using to get into my head. I made my way over to the tower. However, when I approached, defensive turrets began to activate and turn towards me. Oh, come on! They began to fire out freezing blasts that cut down on my hearts, like they were nothing. I shot out my fire at the first one to try and melt it down, but it was no use. I had no choice but to take cover. I need to find what's powering them and shut them down. I took another look at the tower and saw that it was being powered by the ice gear, another elemental gear. Okay, I have to get it. On day 8, while running out of cover, I blasted the ground with a blast of wind, sending me leaping into the air. This caused the turret's attacks to miss me as I slammed down and grabbed the ice gear. Its frozen power merged with my body, giving me 5 more hearts and complete mastery over the ice element. Alright, because of this, the turret's powered down, alongside the radio tower. Thank goodness. I can finally think straight. However, the military came charging back into the area.
What the? It took the gear! Take it out!
They were about to shoot me down when suddenly they were blasted back instead. I looked up to see that none other than Megatron had found us.
Oh, weak humans. Always trying to get in the way.
He charged up another blast, aiming right for the military general. No! With my new elemental power, I was able to summon up a wall of ice, blocking his attack.
Wait.
You saved us?
You ignorant Autobot! I'll destroy you first!
He shot out more explosions my way, but thankfully, I made an even bigger wall, which gave me enough time to escape. On days 9 to 10, I safely escaped from the Tundra Valley. Thank goodness that's over. I then heard a car approaching as Bumblebee drove up.
Whew, I was starting to sweat.
Yeah, glad to see you too, Bee. Oh, right, look what I found. I showed him the head of Optimus Prime, and he got excited. What the? Hey, where are you going? I followed behind him as we drove up to a crashed Autobot spaceship.
Sweet home.
Whoa. We set up an area to store the head of Optimus Prime in the ruins of the ship. I promise, your sacrifice won't be in vain. As I said this, I heard someone quickly driving into the base. Another motorcycle? Oh no, I was ready to fight, but watched as it transformed into RC.
Whoa, hold your fire, boys! I'm glad I finally found you! I need help finding the air gear!
That's the next elemental gear I need. All right, lead the way. I rode with RC, who led me to a town at the edge of the city. The gear is here?
I was tracking it, but lost the signal when I got here. One of these humans has to know where it is.
Ah, giant robots! We're all going to die! It seems like we might need them to trust us first. On days 11 to 12, the two of us split up as we went to gain the trust of the humans nearby. After a short time, I stumbled across one whose cat was stuck in a tree. Come on, Whiskers! The evil robots are going to kill us! Hey, it's all right. I'm not gonna hurt you. It reached out and scratched me across the face. Ah! Oh, thanks, creepy robot. Sure thing. Help! Help! Huh? I quickly ran over to see that someone's house was completely up in flames. I knew I had to act and blasted it with my ice helmet, cooling it off in an instant. Phew! That's the last time I leave a potato in the furnace. Thanks! You humans really are something. Looking over, I saw RC coming towards me with someone she helped, but they were both soaking wet? Huh?
Don't ask! This guy knows about the gear.
Oh yeah, some super smart looking fellas found it and took it in their lab. Then that's where we need to go. We followed the humans' directions to the front of a large lab.
No one seems to be home. Guess we're breaking in.
Without hesitation, RC blasted the doors open. So much for being trustworthy. On days 13 to 14, we snuck in the lab looking for the air gear. Inside were countless amounts of high-tech gear, locked up and labeled for human testing?
Hey, look, Bozo!
I looked over to see where she pointed and saw a secured door to the lab's vault. Then, what are we waiting for? I ran towards it, but in my hurry, I ran right over a pressure plate. Instantly, deadly lasers shot across the room, cutting us off from the vault.
All right, rookie, stay here.
She ran over to a nearby computer and started to hack into it. Because of this, the lasers began to flicker, giving me openings to run past them.
It's better than nothing. Go!
I carefully made my way through, timing my movements correctly. But just then, sparks began to shoot out.
Yeah, I think I overdid it. Watch out!
She was blasted back, causing all the lasers to fully turn on again. However, I shot my fire out, pushing me just enough to make it to the vault. Seriously?
Oh, shut it and get the gear.
I blasted open the door and saw that the air gear was missing from the pedestal. What? The only thing left was a note?
Cybertonian relic confiscated for alpha testing. All scientists are required to meet me at these coordinates in the morning.
That can't be good. On days 15 to 16, we both followed the coordinates on the note until we came across an open field with loads of scientists gathered around. In the center was their mechanically augmented leader.
Watch and learn, my pupils. I, Dr. Swafford, will be written into the history books as the first Cybertronic human.
He reached out his hand and sent out a blast of wind. Wait a minute, the gear is attached to himself?
Crazy humans, they'll do anything for power.
As she said this, the doctor spun around towards us.
Ah, my sensors seem to be fully functional as well. Come out, you two!
He shot out another blast, destroying the cover we were hiding behind. Whoa! Don't shoot! Look, I know you have the air gear, and I need it.
Ah, the elemental transformer. I've heard of you. Now, How about a friendly test? And the winner takes the other's elemental gears.
Please don't say yes. Please don't say yes.
It's the only way, RC. You're on. I walked out into the opening, where I saw multiple armored dummies were set up around us.
The test is simple. Whichever of us can hit all the dummies in the shortest amount of time wins. I'll go first.
The timer started as the doctor firing off his air blasts, easily hitting one after the other.
And time! Beat that!
Piece of cake! Watch this! I stood in the center of the arena and focused on all my elements.
Begin!
I began to use each of my mastered elements, one after another. But in my hurry, I started to miss my attacks. No, come on, focus!
5 more seconds!
I turned to aim at the last two dummies, but knew I didn't have enough time to shoot both. I gotta do something! I shot out my fire element in between them, barely hitting them both in a single attack. Time!
Wow, you actually won! Hand over the gear, Doctor.
No, it can't be! This is my life's work! You cheated!
What? No, I didn't! But he didn't listen and shot out another blast of air, shoving me and RC back. Dude, we don't want to fight you!
This is not a fight. This is a test with live subjects!
With another word, he began to shoot out air bursts right at the two of us. We split up, and I drew attention to myself so that RC could run in with her speed. She hit him back, but his mechanical body withstood the blow. He then retaliated with a blast that hit her head on. Hey! I angrily let out my fire element, burning the nearby area and the doctor. Because of this, something began to happen to him.
What? No! No!
His mechanical body malfunctioned and exploded, sending the air gear right to my feet. I did not see that coming. I was about to pick up the gear when suddenly I heard a loud noise from above as a giant Decepticon ship appeared in the air. On days 17 to 18, a powerful looking Decepticon walked out to the front of the ship.
Soundwave, you better fly on out of here if you know what's good for you.
Maybe I will, after I've destroyed the two of you!
On his command, multiple Decepticons flew out in their jet forms. They were heading right for RC, who was extremely weak from our previous fight. Hold on! I quickly picked up the air gear, causing it to shift into my body and upgrade me. I gained 5 more hearts and full control of the air element. With it, I was able to dash in front of RC and blast the plane back. Take that!
How amusing. Let's have some fun, shall we?
He leapt down from the ships towards us, slamming into the ground with his robotic arms. We began to trade blows, but it was clear that I was still no match for a high-ranking Decepticon.
I've had my fun. Finish them.
I was able to instantly put a wall of ice in front of me to try and shield us, but the ship's blast was far too strong, sending the two of us flying into the air. On days 19 to 21, I crashed down into the water of the city bay. Wait, RC, where are you? I looked around, but she was nowhere in sight. However, there on the beach side was the water gear. Hey, what are the odds? I went to collect it when suddenly I was completely surrounded by police cars. Oh, great.
There's been too much destruction going on in our city, and you're the one to blame for it.
No, I'm trying to stop the ones who are destroying everything, so back off.
So we'll do this the hard way, huh? Zap 'em!
One of the agents shot out a crazy weapon, blasting me back with a pulse of electricity. The others then used this opportunity to run up and take the water gear.
I don't know what this is, but now it's under the protection of the FBI, and you are under arrest, you monster!
They all leapt into their cars and began to drive towards me. Seriously? On days 22 to 26, I was racing through the city streets as the FBI were right on my tail.
Let's get this over with. Box him in!
Two of the cars rushed up and began to close in on me. However, I let out a blast of fire, causing them to fall back. All right. However, when I looked back ahead of me, more agents were setting up a blockage. Come on, think. I then had an idea and used my newly mastered air elements to dash right through them. Woohoo!
No!
Weapons free, men! Weapons free!
I began to cross a bridge when more electrical attacks and rockets exploded all around me. I was able to dodge them, and because of their explosions, the bridge itself collapsed in front of them. Yeah, look who's destroying the city now. See ya! But I spoke too soon because I quickly realized I was surrounded. I was about to be taken down when out of nowhere, something began to happen to one of their cars.
What's that noise?
It transformed before our very eyes into a Decepticon. It wasted no time and started to blast out explosions, taking out groups of the agents at a time. And with another blast, the water gear fell right at his feet. No!
I'm gonna kill you now and take this directly to Master Megatron.
On days 27 and 29, the Decepticon grabbed the water gear, causing him to gain even more power. He went to destroy the rest of the FBI agents, and I knew I had to stop him. Stay away from them! I dashed in and hit him back, buying time for the humans.
Fall back! We need cover fire!
The agents bravely began to fight with me, using their range artillery from all around.
You annoying humans! Stay out of this!
He began to fire off strong water attacks, doing everything he could to take me down. However, I fought back with all the elements I had and tried to gain some distance. But he summoned a large whirlpool of water, stopping me from getting away. I thought I was surely done for, when suddenly the water Decepticon was hit by a familiar sound wave. Huh? I turned around to see that the military forces had come in to help.
Get out of here now!
With the Decepticon stunned, I was able to safely retreat with the military. They led me to an abandoned warehouse, but when it opened up, I saw the full functional military headquarters inside.
You've done good, Autobot. You've shown us some of you crazy robots are actually on our side.
Thank you, General, but without that water gear, I won't be able to stop what the Decepticons had planned.
We know, so we made a plan to help you get it back.
One of the soldiers then handed me a chip that integrated into my body. Whoa!
That right there will make you immune to our sound waves. So now, we don't have to worry about hurting you in the crossfire.
I went with the military as they placed me in the center of the city's construction zone.
Now, to draw him out.
They sent up a signal throughout, and with my new hardware, it had no effect on me. Nice. But because of this, the water Decepticon came charging into the area.
I told you I was gonna destroy you.
He ran up to attack when suddenly military radars appeared all around and blasted down at him with their sound waves.
No!
This caused the water gear to detach from him and fall down in between us. Yes! On days 33 to 35, I grabbed the water gear, causing it to shift into my body as I began to upgrade. I gained 5 more hearts and had complete control over the water element. Sweet!
You fool! No one can stop me! No one can stop the Decepticons!
He began to fire out at me with everything he had, but in my newly upgraded form, I was much stronger now and could tank his hits with ease. I sent out my new water element, which finally took him down for good. Yes, we did it!
Good work, man. Let's clean this up and get home for dinner.
Suddenly, as he began to say this, a wave of dark matter spread through the area, killing most of the soldiers in one hit. What the? I turned around to see that standing above me was Megatron.
You humans chose the wrong side of this fight, but it's no matter. You'll all be gone soon.
He sent out more explosions of darkness around the area, and I knew I wouldn't last much longer. I quickly transformed and raced over to the remaining soldiers. Get in!
You heard the robot. Go, go, go!
From there, we drove from the city, barely escaping with our lives. On days 36 to 39, I brought the surviving military soldiers back to the crash site of the Autobot's ship. There, I saw that RC had made it back safely as well. Thank goodness you're all right. I took some time to make sure everyone had a place to stay, using the wreckage of the ship to build them some homes. Here you go.
Thank you. Me and my man will work on finding a way to slow down Megatron.
I then heard police sirens coming closer as the FBI agent from before came racing in. Wait, I'm innocent!
You're more than that. You saved this city and my life. So I'm gonna take you to the location of the Earth Gear.
All right, what are we waiting for? I arrived on a secluded island far off in the ocean with the FBI's help. Okay, he said they tracked its power deep within this place. So, I better start searching. I took one step forward, only for the ground to instantly give out below me. Whoa! On days 40 to 44, I awoke in the middle of a large cavern. Ugh. Inside was a complete underground civilization. There were Transformer dinosaurs everywhere, living in harmony. Whoa, cool. I then heard a loud roar behind me as the Dinobot Grimlock came charging up.
A new challenger has approached.
Challenger?
No one accidentally enters our domain, Autobot.
He leapt down, slamming into me with his tail and launching me towards the entrance of a trial chamber. There, I saw that at the far end was the Earth Gear.
You are the one everyone is depending on. The one that cannot fail. So, prove yourself or suffer.
He roared out flames behind me, forcing me to jump onto the first platform. All right, here goes nothing. I began to leap between the platforms, but sudden earthquakes made it extremely hard to focus, and Grimlock's words started to affect me. Oh no, there's too much at stake. My people, what if I can't do this? On days 45 to 47, I was barely able to continue the trail and felt hopeless. But just then, chunks of rock started to fall from the ceiling right onto the platforms. The force of them were so strong, it pushed me off and into the pit. Ah! Within an instant, I was surrounded by Dinobots.
You have failed our trial. I told you there would be consequences. Now, lock him up.
What? No! They forced me into a large cell and slammed it shut. Grimlock, please, you have to let me out of here.
It's no use.
What? I spun around to see that locked in here with me was another Autobot, Ratchet.
There's no point in fighting Chosen One. I tried to get the gear for you, but failed their test too. Just like I failed to save Optimus. Now Megatron is too strong.
No, that's not true. There has to be a way out of here. I noticed one of the cell walls was cracked, so I blasted with my elements, but it didn't budge. Come on, Ratchet, I need your help.
I'm telling you, it's useless. Earth is doomed, and the Decepticons won.
Optimus believed we could do this. We have to make him proud. His words angered me as I struck out at the wall again, bursting open a hidden tunnel.
Whoa!
Come on, we have to stick together. That's how we can do this.
Okay, you're right.
We both headed down the tunnel until finding an exit to the surface, covered in vines. I've got this. I shot out my fire, burning away the vines instantly. But as I did, something began to happen to the ruins around.
What did you do?
The metal and wood began to come together and form into a creature? My powers did that? Before I could react, the creature swung out at me, slamming me back. Yeah! On days 48 to 52, the animated creature charged in to attack again, but thankfully, Ratchet shot it back. He then blasted me with something that restored my health in an instant. Whoa! We fought back against together and were easily able to keep it at bay with our combined strength. I let out one final blast of ice, knocking the creature into the cave wall. And because of this, a tunnel broke open behind it. This place is really falling apart, isn't it?
Hold on a sec. You see that?
We walked into the opening to see that the cave was full of murals depicting me.
That's right. As the elemental transformer, your spark is made up of all the greatest transformers in history. You are made to be the best of us. It's your destiny.
Really? Maybe I can do this. But now I know I'll never be alone. As I said this, Grimlock came bursting into the cave.
Where are you two going? You both have failed! And if you won't stay as punishment, then I'll just tear you apart!
Stop!
What is it, Autobot? Last words before you die?
No, take me back to the trial. I want to do it again. For real this time. On days 53 to 56, Grimlock agreed and brought me back to the start of the trial.
One last chance.
You got this. I believe in you.
With that, I began the course again. After last time, I was much more focused and could now easily make the jumps I couldn't before. And when the rocks started to fall again, I quickly reacted by placing a wall of ice above me to block them. Not this time. With my renewed confidence, I finally was able to make it to the end of the course. Yes, I did it! As I said this, the bars in front of me slid open to reveal a large, ancient arena. And at the top was the elemental earth gear. Now for my sweet, sweet reward. But as I stepped closer, Grimlock slammed down in front of me. Hey, what gives?
That was only the first part of the trial, Autobot. You still have to prove yourself against me. And then, if you do, you can have the gear.
Guess I don't have a choice, do I? Okay, you're on. On days 57 to 59, Grimlock and I rushed into fight. His massive size and strength made him by far the toughest thing I'd fought in yet. But I wasn't gonna give up, no matter what. I tried to blast at him with my elements, but he caused the ground to violently shake as he ran, causing me to miss my attacks. This also caused more chunks of rock to fall from above, threatening to crush me.
I'm still not impressed, you weakling.
He bit into me again, shoving me back and taking me down to low hearts. I gotta think of something, and fast. I heard the ground rumbling again, and as the rocks began to fall, I had an idea. I blasted out at them with my air element, causing them to fly right into Grimlock's face. With him stunned, I was able to follow up with a powerful burst of my elements, nearly taking him out. I am not weak. I'm worthy of this power.
I was wrong, Autobot. Please take the gear. You've earned it.
I happily went up and grabbed the earth gear, causing my body to upgrade once again. I gained 5 more hearts and now had full mastery over the earth element. Finally, time to get out of here.
Wait, the prophecy of Megatron's destruction has been told for ages now. You are not strong enough to defeat him yet. You need the final elemental gear, but only Optimus Prime knew of its location.
No, he died saving me all those days ago. We're done for.
There may yet be a way to bring him back. Here.
Grimlock threw me over a map. All right, thank you. I won't let you down. On days 60 to 63, I told Ratchet where my base was as I headed to follow the map's coordinates. It led me to the middle of an open desert with only ruins around. Seriously? Something has got to be around here somewhere. But as I said this, I was hit from the sky by Decepticon jets. Those are Soundwave's men. I need to find cover. I transformed into my car form and began racing through the desert as they circled back around. They kept bombarding me with explosions, keeping me from getting away. I nearly spun out of control as they landed down around me, about to take me down. No! But suddenly, one of them was blasted into pieces. What the?
This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us.
The other Decepticon tried to fly away, but I quickly sent out a chunk of rocks that tore him right out of the sky. Thanks for the save, B. But I still don't know where we're supposed to go. We tried to look for anything in the surrounding area, but that's what I noticed. The stars. Huh? They seem to be pointing somewhere. We should follow it.
Following your lead, Captain.
On days 64 to 68, we followed the stars to a temple that was nearly buried under the sand. Whoa. Once inside, I was able to find a small structure of the elements. I feel connected to this thing. I sent out a blast of my powers right at it, causing it to light up. And because of this, a hidden doorway opened, going further into the temple.
Well, would you look at that?
Pretty sweet, huh? Come on. We journeyed further inside until we came across a large chamber with an ancient forge at its center. What are we supposed to do with that? Bumblebee quickly jumped up though and placed down Optimus Prime's head in the center. Nice thinking. But as he did this, something began to happen around.
Cybertronian revival processing. Requires Transformer Spark to finalize.
A spark? We'll die if we give ours.
Revival process canceled. Destroying waste.
Everything began to shake once again as the lava started to fill the room. No! Forget it, B. We gotta get out of here. We made a break for the exit. However, we were stopped by Soundwave at the door.
You've destroyed 2 of my men. Now you're going to pay!
On days 69 to 73, Soundwave rushed in, hitting us back into the room. Ah! What are you doing? You'll die with us here.
All for Megatron's plans to be finally complete.
He ruthlessly began to attack, trying to force me and B into the lava. No! No! I blasted him back with my ice, slowing down his movements. With this, we were able to attack from all different sides and start to overwhelm him. However, as this was happening, the lava was still rising in the room. We don't have time for this. B, get out of here! He made a break for the door, but as he turned, Soundwave struck him with a heavy blow, nearly taking him down. I knew I had to do something to protect him, so I sent out the most powerful elemental blast I could. This caused Soundwave to be launched back and into the forge.
Spark located. Initiating revival.
Wait, what?
The forge pulled Soundwave into the lava, instantly destroying him and taking their spark. No way! On days 74 to 77, the lava began to leave the room as the forge glowed up, and in a flash, Optimus Prime was fully revived. Optimus, you're alive!
What? Fozo? I can't believe it. You saved me.
All in a day's work.
I brought you back because we're so close to defeating Megatron. But I can't do it without the last elemental gear. I heard you know where it was. We all walked outside where the sun began to rise.
Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Fozo, you've come so far, and I couldn't be prouder. This last gear is going to be a fight. Your opponent will try to change you, but always remember why we are doing this. This planet is worth fighting for.
I promise. I'll do whatever it takes to get the gear. Where is it? He turned and sent out a wave of energy, tearing open a portal in front of him.
The lightning gear is in there. But please, be careful, young Autobot, for other primes await.
All right, wish me luck. B started to lead Optimus back to our base as I leapt into the portal. Once on the other side, I landed on a platform, floating in a whole other dimension. Far across the void from me was a huge floating island of electricity that held the lightning gear. All right, I know where I'm headed. I shot on my ice element to make a long ice bridge connected. But as I started to cross it, a powerful blast of energy came out of nowhere and destroyed it. Blah! I was able to transform into my car form and began racing down the bridge before it could collapse under me. Thankfully, with my air element, I was able to dash at the very end, barely making it to the island. That was too close.
And you have gone too far.
Huh? I spun around to see there in front of me was a Nemesis Prime with a group of Decepticons. On days 78 to 80, I was face to face with the intimidating Nemesis Prime. What do you want?
You have sided with the humans. What about our people? About Cybertron?
I'm saving our people. Megatron is the one destroying everything.
You and Optimus are far too alike. You will face our wrath.
They all began to fire out at me, shooting out crazy attacks that would destroy me with ease. Oh no! I used all the elements at my disposal to defend myself, but they were just too strong. I did manage to crush one of the Decepticons with my Earth element though, but this only made the others angrier.
Now you will suffer!
That's my only chance to stop them! Wait. That's it! I had an idea and made a break for the gear. Optimus is a way better prime than all of you combined.
Why you?
They shot out another attack, but this time I waited just before it hit to jump up as they exploded below me, sending me flying into the air.
What? No!
On days 81 to 85, I landed next to the lightning gear and instantly picked it up, causing me to upgrade one final time. I now had 35 hearts and gained a complete mastery of the lightning element. Awesome!
You fool! What do you think you're doing?
They ran up to try and attack again, but in my fully upgraded form, I called down powerful lightning bolts to take them all out. Nemesis dropped down behind me, but I turned around and unleashed a giant lightning laser. Whoa! As I did this, I saw another portal open up below me. Perfect timing. I leapt in it and found myself teleported back to base.
You did it! We can finally take on Megatron now!
Ta-da!
Couldn't have done it without you guys. As I said this, the military general came running up to me.
Autobots, we were able to track down Megatron. He's flying the Decepticon ship all over the city as we speak.
Then we better get a move on. Autobots, roll out!
On days 86 to 90, we drove up to the middle of the city to see the massive Decepticon ship towering over us. It began to blast down with dark matter, destroying the city and causing everyone to panic. All right, everyone, split up. We need to save as many people as we can. They all did as I said, spreading out around the city to help the humans. I ran over and shielded one with my ice element, blocking the dark matter completely. Go! Keep running until you're safe!
Well, look what we have here.
I looked up to see Starscream was standing at the front of the ship.
All the little Autobots playing hero. How cute. Tear them apart.
More Decepticons came flying out, unleashing missiles as they went. No! I was about to run in, but RC appeared out of nowhere, taking them down.
You have to find a way to get on that ship. They're not gonna stop until we destroy the dark matter Allspark.
You're right. I think I have an idea. On days 91 to 94, I ran for the base of the skyscraper as more Decepticons flew overhead. I gotta get over there before they destroy the city. I began to leap between the buildings, using whatever I could to get higher up. Unfortunately, though, the ship saw me and blasted down a powerful beam, taking me down to low hearts. I quickly used my ice element to make another platform, allowing me to jump behind cover. I'm not gonna make it there like this. Suddenly, I felt a surge of healing energy wash over me. Huh? I turned around to see Ratchet running up.
Keep going! We're right behind you!
Wow. Thanks! With my new confidence, I continued to jump from rooftop to rooftop, using all the elements I could to go faster than ever before, until I made it to the top of the skyscraper. Haha! Nothing can stop me now! All I had to do now was make the final jump to the ship, but as I ran forwards, I was blasted back!
You really thought you could get past me?
You can't stop me, Starscream! I'm gonna defeat Megatron if it's the last thing I do!
Then you'll have to get past me first!
On days 95 to 99, Starscream rushed forward, blasting into me with everything he had. I was fighting back with my elements, trying to slow him down, but he was just too fast. I waited for him to come close to strike him with my lightning, which dazed him. While distracted, I made a break for the ship, but he recovered and shot out an explosion that nearly knocked me off.
You puny Autobots always think you're better than us. Well, no more! Master Megatron will destroy this world, and then...
Suddenly, he was interrupted by a laser, pushing him back. There, landing down in front of me, was Optimus.
Go! Finish this! Only you can stop Megatron!
With that, he dashed forward and shoved Starscream off the edge. Thanks. Time to end this. Finally, I was able to leap down and land on top of the Decepticon ship. And there, Megatron came rising up with the dark matter Allspark. On day 100, I was finally face to face with Megatron.
You really think you can stop me because of some stupid prophecy? You are nothing compared to me!
All around me, he began to summon up the dark matter tendrils to attack. I quickly used my air element to dash around them and fire back with everything I had. But I quickly noticed my elements were barely affecting him. What the? More of his dark matter blasted me back, taking out a chunk of my hearts in just one blow.
With the power of this Allspark, I am invincible!
That's it! Alright, Megatron, show me what you got! He angrily began to shoot out more dark matter, but I barely dodged around his attacks.
You stupid Autobot! Come here!
My actions made him come in close, allowing me to blast him with my elements to slow him down. I used this opportunity to make it to the Allspark and blast it as something began to happen.
What are you doing? Stop!
He tried to attack me again, but he was too late as I focused all of my power on one final blast, destroying the dark matter Allspark. An explosion shot out from the ship, finally taking down all of the Decepticons with it.
No! No!
Now, with them all defeated, the entire world could finally live in peace.